Okay, let's go back to the next one. All right, so let me just copy the URL down for you. So in your free time, you can still go through the URL and continue from there. Okay, if you check the chat, I've dropped the URL. All right, now we are over to this other part, which is called typecasting. Now you might want to ask, what is typecasting? So typecasting is the process of converting one data type to another. Now they gave us few examples. Most of the times you want to convert your string value to an int value, or you want to convert your int value to a string value, or you want to convert your int value to a float value, or your float value to int value. So we have few examples that we could work with. So let's check our code. So let's say I have this and I'm having a number here. Now you see the available options coming out for me to convert to string, bit decimal, convert to byte, convert to char array, convert to double, convert to float, convert to int, convert to long. Now it is left for you to know the particular data that you want to convert it to. So it's up to you to convert it to any of them. Let's say I want to convert to, so you see, let's say I want to convert it to long. So they gave us that options to convert our data types from one data type to the other. So that is typecasting. All right. Okay, sorry, let me check the chat. Okay, difference between a val and a var. So var values can be reassigned. When you use the var keyword to declare a variable, your values can be, okay, let me go back. Okay. Okay, now we have these examples that we explained earlier. We have the var, which is John Paul, and we have the val, which is age for the 25. Now, the var can be reassigned. It's a value you can reassign. Now, you're having John Paul, and I came down here to reassign this John Paul to wisdom. So if I decide to print, this, sorry, let me. So this is var name equals to John Paul, and var age equals to 25. And I come down here to reassign the val from 25 to 34 to give me a compilation error that you cannot reassign a val. Val is a constant and var is a variable. Then this var name, which is John Paul, I came down to reassign it from John Paul to Wisdom. So if I decide to run it, it's not going to give us John Paul. It's going to give us Wisdom. Okay, now let me try to reassign it again to. So let me try to reassign it again to Kotlin.
Hello?
Yes?
Please, we can't hear you.
Speakers are on. Can you hear me now?
It's a bit low.
Voice is up already. Okay, let me check my mic. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it's still same like it was.
Sorry, I think you should check your volume from your end. From my end, I think
Yes, I've checked mine. Mine is on the highest volume.
Okay.
Before it was loud. I don't know what suddenly went wrong.
I don't know. Okay, can anybody hear me clearly? Let me be sure it's not
Yes,
from my end.
yes, I think I can hear you clearly from my end.
yes, same here.
It's fine for my end too.
Okay. All
So
right.
maybe she should try maybe earpiece or something, or headphone
Now,
if you have
you
any.
try to change your earpiece or something. All right, let me proceed. So this is John Paul, and I'm reassigning John Paul to Kotlin. So let me run it. So we are seeing Kotlin and we are not seeing John Paul because var allows me to reassign my value and val doesn't allow me to do that. So that's the difference. All right, so we have our arithmetic operations and the operators which we have as the arithmetic assignment and logical. So we might not have much time to cover most of them today, but we'll cover as much as we can. Now, for the arithmetic operations, which has to do with our normal operations, your addition operator, your subtraction operator, multiplication, division, and modulus. All right, so let's do some examples with them. All right, so far so good. Any question before I proceed? Oh, okay. Okay, I guess no question. All right, let me share my screen so you can see me. Hello. Okay. All right, let's start with the first one being addition. Like I said earlier, when you are naming your variable name should be a name that will be understandable by you and also the other developers. Because most of the times you might decide to name a variable something that when you come back to your code, you will get confused. So now if I should name my variable number 1, okay, so let's say it's 20. And I come here and name it number 2. I come here and name it number 3. Now this is going to be clear to any developer that comes around. He or she won't be confused. Sorry. All right. Now let's decide to run it. All right, so we are having 75. So we can, okay, now what I want you to do for me is, since I've done addition, okay, can you kindly do a very simple arithmetic operation with multiplication and subtraction. Now, for your multiplication, you're using this, and sorry, your subtraction and multiplication, you're using asterisks. In programming, you're using asterisks. You're not using the normal symbol using our normal mathematics. So just from your end, add three numbers, multiply three numbers, which means, I mean, you create a variable, you initialize the variable and multiply, and send the code to the chat, and also do that with subtraction. So I will give you like 2 minutes to get it done. So any questions so far?
All good.
All right. So I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting for the code in the chat. So I'm open the chat already. So let me go over the question again. You declare a variable, you initialize a variable with a value, then you multiply it and send the code down. You do that also with subtraction. Okay. Okay. Peculiar. You're raising your hand. Hello. Your time is almost up. Okay. All right. So QCOM has dropped. Okay, that's fine. So what about the subtraction? Okay, awesome. That's cool. That's cool. All right, thanks, QCOM. Hope I pronounced it very well. All right, let's proceed. All right, so this other topic is a very nice one because if you understand how to work with this, when you go over to possibly the mobile development aspect of it, it's not going to give you much issues. All right, so this part is how to take input from users. So now what we've been doing all this while, we've been typing our codes and coding the numbers and everything. But in this case, you're receiving numbers from your keyboard, then you display it. All right, let's do a very simple example. Okay, so remember our rules. Make sure you name your variable according to what you're doing, so it will be readable by you when you come back, and also it will be readable by every other developer. So you don't need people to be calling you, asking you questions on your code. But let's say we want to receive a username from our keyboard. So we have a method in Kotlin called readline. So with readline, you can fetch a value from your keyboard and you output it in your console. So this is readline. So with this readline, you fetch anything you want to fetch, any value you type in your keyboard and you output it in your console. So now let's print this. The print line. Username. Sorry, let's type a username. Okay, compiler says let me pick file. Okay, now, so what will come up first is this. Please type your username, then gives you a space to type your username, then it will now print out your username. Now let's run the code. All right, so please type your username. My username is wisdom, and boom, give us wisdom. So this is how easy and simple it is to fetch the value from our keyboard. Now you can play around with this several ways you can. Now let's do a different example. Now let me try to add two numbers with it. Let's say number one, and number two. Okay. Now what I want you to understand is by default, our read line converts everything to a string value. So we have number one plus number two. So whatever value we add cannot add. It only concatenate. It only join. So let's add 5, 5, and we're having 55. But you know you added an int value and it's converting the int value automatically to a string value. So you have to go and typecast it to int. To int. So let's use our string template to do this. And let's add two values. It's giving us 10. Okay, so that's how easy and awesome Kotlin is. All right, so before we proceed, okay, sorry, let me take the chat. Okay, the essence of that is just for you to make it a nullable type. So anyways, we'll get to nullables, probably not today, some other day, so you understand the essence of adding a question mark. All right, so before I proceed, I did for addition, so can you kindly do for multiplication? You read line, receive values, possibly, let's say you receive two values. Okay, let's make it three values from your keyboard and multiply them, print them and send the code to our chat. So are we ready? Hello? All right, so I'm waiting for the solution. Add okay, you will have to multiply three numbers whereby you're fetching the numbers from your keyboard and you multiply them, then send the code down to me. Or send it to everybody so everybody will see the solution to it. All right, okay, let's have him. Let me give you like a minute so you get it done. Okay. So maybe what will happen is you might do it and send it to me later so we save time. So just have a few minutes left before we close the call. All right, so let's go over to the next topic, which is called the Kotlin, comments. All right, so a Kotlin comment is a meaningful text written by a programmer, so which will not be executed by our compiler. Now, let's say you want to explain this. Sorry, let me use this. Type your number. Now, you want to explain this. You want to write something that would explain what you just did. Now, you just explain that this place is talking about adding two numbers. Sorry. Now, this is what we call a straight line comment. Now, when you're talking about the multi-line comment is where you have so many texts. Now, this can only contain these characters when they are in a straight line. What if you want to break line and type? You can't use this one anymore. So you now have to use the multi-line. So what is this? So you can read from here. So this is how it works. So this is comments in Kotlin, and also in so many other programming languages. They have the straight line and they have the multi-line comment. So I believe we've come to the end of it today. I really don't want to eat much of your time. So like I said, I sent the link across so you can go and check on the link so we know where we stopped comments. So possibly other days we can continue from the other part, which is the Kotlin strings. So any questions so far? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, let me check the chat. Okay, not for now. All right, okay, so no questions so far. All right, so we will have to stop this here. So let's not where we stopped. We stopped at the comment. So possibly some other days we'll continue from the Kotlin strings and we get to Kotlin array, range, Kotlin if expression, and then Kotlin when. So let me just go through, let me just start from the beginning and explain little again. So for those that missed out. So first, we explained our Kotlin program, that this is the main function where the whole execution must start. This is a method or a function in Kotlin that puts values in our console. Now we have the Kotlin keywords and soft keywords and identifiers. Like I said, they have two keywords, two types of keywords, the hard keywords and soft keywords. So keywords totally are just reserved words that are used in our Kotlin program, which we cannot use as identifiers, but in some cases, we might use some of them. Now, I said an identifier is a name you give to a function, a name you give to your class, a name you give to a variable. Now, we talked about the naming convention, which is the identifier cannot have white space. Identifiers in Kotlin are case sensitive. They cannot contain special characters such as these ones. Identifier can start with an underscore and some other ones. Talked about the variables and data types. So that's it from my end. So far, so good. Thank you for staying with me today, and I so much appreciate your time. All right, so take care and have a blessed day. Okay, sorry, I'm seeing something in the chat. Thank you so much. Well, thank you to Mr. Chris. Bye.